Now to talk about home gardening, and our expert Sally Cunningham joins us. It's been a long time since we've had you in the house here today.
I've been out there showing live gardens, and people love to see those wonderful gardens. But now at this time of year, I'm beginning to hear nothing but problems.
Sure.
I want to tell you a couple of things. One is about keeping your plants going. We need to deadhead, folks. And when you deadhead from a plant, you don't just pluck off the flower top. You take the stem way down to the bottom and take out the stem. And then the plant is encouraged to keep producing. This is a beautiful Gerbera daisy, and it just is a wonderful flower, and it will flower and flower for the rest of the summer if people take care of it properly. So that's what I want you to know about that. Now, let's look at these problems here in front of me. This is an example of what happened. People will say, oh, slugs were eating the hostas. No. There was a terrible, terrible hailstorm, and my entire garden in East Aurora, all the hostas, the daylily leaves, they were literally shredded like they were cut into ribbons. So, you know, you have to think about what's really happening out there. Most of the time, the plant's problems are about this season, how wet it was, and then how hot it was, and that drought period. So plants have had a tough year.
Yeah, they really have. I know mine at home have suffered too. All right, well, let's take our first call. First, we're going to go to Cheektowaga and Jean. Good morning, Jean.
Good morning. My question is regarding oriental lilies. They're just about stopped blooming now, and I want to know how to take care of them so that they come back next year, and also if they can be divided up sooner or later.
Okay, good question. All the lilies, this is true of all bulbs. The leaves have to keep taking in the sunshine so they make a better bulb for next year. So people are wrong to cut them right down. Cut the lilies 2/3 of the way up the stem, wherever you can stand to still look at the stalks. You know, they're not all that gorgeous anymore. Cut off the flower head, and 2/3 up, I would say, let the leaves keep taking in the sunshine. And you will probably be able to divide them. I would wait till next spring when you see little sprouts coming up. At some point, after a couple of years, you renovate the whole bed. But every few years is enough to do that.
Katie from Clarence we have on the line this morning. Good morning, Katie. What's your question?
My question is regarding a wisteria. My wisteria is about 10 years old. It bloomed last year, but I'm interested in how I prune it.
Okay. Go online or get a book on wisteria pruning. It's actually fairly complex, but once you get it, you get it. And you do it twice. Now you prune it once, and you have to prune to a certain cut, and out there it's a T-shaped cut, and you do it again in February. So it's a twice-a-year routine. It's not hard, but it's complicated to explain on air without illustrations. But now is one time to do the first pruning.
All right, next we have Paul from Friendship. Go ahead, Paul.
Morning, Sally.
Hi.
I have two very beautiful Rose of Sharon trees in my yard. They have gotten quite large. Heavy rains recently have really bent them down almost to the ground. Should I tie them back up, or when is a good time to trim them down, and how short should I cut them down?
Okay, you can really prune them in late winter, early spring as far as pruning the overall shrub. But right now, if it's all raggedy, hey, cut some branches if you have to, tie them up if you have to, do whatever it is to get it through the summer. It won't hurt the shrub if you cut off some of the ones that are absolutely broken down. You'll just lose those flowers. I thought you were going to tell me you'd lost the flowers, because some of them actually didn't bloom this year because they got so shocked by the drought, I think, that they just dropped their buds. So you did okay.
Anything to plug for us? Anything coming up, Sally?
Well, we have at Lockwood's a fall garden fair September 10th. I want to tell everybody, save the date. But right now in August, we are all going home from all these activities to tend our own gardens. So get out there and take care of it.
All right, thanks, Sally. We always appreciate you joining us.